Feel good. I feel fear about how it's all gonna play out, but it's just do the next thing and trust that like what's showing up is what's supposed to happen. And I'm trying to just drop the narrative, about all
Mhm.
of it as much as I can. Like just the thoughts are bullshit. Like it's just not
Mm.
real, not true. It's not experience. It's not what's happening right this second. But it still all feels very locked in and true.
Well, it is what's happening. The thoughts are happening,
Hmm.
right? You are experiencing the thoughts, correct?
Yeah.
So just tell me about that which is experiencing. That which is experiencing the thoughts. Is that all jacked up and worried and panicky, fearful?
Mm.
Is it?
No.
No. That which is experiencing those thoughts, it must have already accepted those thoughts. Otherwise, they wouldn't be happening.
Mm.
That which is experiencing this conversation, it must have already allowed this conversation to exist, to appear. So that which is experiencing, it must be already allowance. It must be acceptance. That which is experiencing right now, check to see if it's making any effort to experience, or is the experiencing effortless? Experiencing this conversation, the apartment, that body sitting on the couch. Is there any effort being made?
No.
No. So now you're just experiencing this effortless experiencing. You're just noticing that there's an experiencing present that is effortless, that has already allowed and accepted everything. Check to see if this experiencing is discriminating this present moment in any way.
Mm.
No. So this experiencing is all inclusive. It's not excluding anything. It's not saying something is better than another thing. It's not rejecting any part of this moment. Just notice how this experiencing is all inclusive. It's non judgmental. It even allows the judgmental thoughts. The judgmental thoughts are appearing in this non judgmental experiencing. It even allows the resistance to appear in it. It's that allowing. The thoughts of this isn't okay. This is not okay. That thought of it not being okay appears in this okayness of experiencing. So now you are just experiencing the experiencing itself. You're just aware that there's a all-inclusive, non-discriminating, non-judgmental experiencing present. And it's always here. Might feel like it's just in the background, silent, still. And you're just simply bringing your attention to it. And just experience this acceptance of this experiencing. Experience this allowance of this experiencing. Experience this okayness of this experiencing. And see how there's no life circumstance, there's no life event that can touch the experiencing. It's never threatened, it's never harmed, it's never touched. It's not affected at all by what's happening. So whatever's happening is happening in this experiencing. This experiencing is experiencing that which is happening. And yet it's not affected by what's happening. So this experiencing is always safe. It is safety. It's always secure. Because what's happening is always changing. What's happening is always temporary. It's impermanent. That which is experiencing what's happening, the experiencing is permanent. The experiencing is never changing. The experiencing is ever present. This experiencing is security. It is safety. What's happening is always moving, coming and going, appearing and disappearing. That which is always changing, appearing, disappearing, coming, going, temporary. There's no stability in that. But that which is experiencing is absolutely still. It's never changing and it's permanent. That is stability. So that which is experiencing, it is safety. It is security. It is stability. Just notice that that which is experiencing is not lacking anything. It's not incomplete. It's not broken. It doesn't need anything. That which is experiencing is pure. It's flawless. There's no defects. It's pristine. It's innocent. It's unconditional. Conditions appear in this experiencing, but the experiencing is unconditional. Notice how this experiencing is not in conflict with any experience that is happening. The experiencing itself is not in conflict with the weather, this conversation, people in the apartment, people in the city, politics, the government. The war. It's not in conflict with any of that. This experiencing is peace. Check again to see if this experiencing is moving around. Is it agitated? Is it coming or going? No, it's absolutely still. It's inactive. It is rest. The experience of suffering may appear, but it's only appearing in this experiencing. But just notice that the experiencing itself is not unhappy. It's not in pain. It's not suffering. Check to see if this experiencing has any limits. Check to see if there's a start to this experiencing or an end. Check to see if there's any border or boundary, any wall or division, any limit. This experiencing has never been absent. It has never stopped, not even for a second. And there's no experience of it starting. Experientially, you've never experienced the start of experiencing, and you've never experienced the end of experiencing, and you've never experienced the absence of experiencing. Experientially, you can't find a border or a boundary or a divider that separates the experiencing from what is happening. To see that the experiencing is one with whatever's happening. It's not separate from what is happening. Now, isn't it you that is experiencing? Yes or no?
There's like something behind me tonight for some reason.
It
Separate.
feels it feels like it's behind you. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it feels separate for some reason. It
Okay.
doesn't know.
But you are
Then,
confirming everything I'm
but,
saying.
but when I look, there isn't anybody. There isn't anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be
Mm-hmm.
me.
Even that perception of it being behind you, that's also appearing in experiencing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Even that subtle imagination of I'm in front of it
It's the body.
and it appears to be over your shoulder, somewhere in the
Mm-hmm.
back, hovering behind you. Even that is appearing in the experiencing, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you are experiencing that subtle imagination. You are experiencing that perception of in front of or behind. Check to see if this experiencing has any location.
No.
No. Is there an up or a down, a left and a right?
Mm-mm.
No. The experience of space appears in this experiencing, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's you that's experiencing space. You, the experiencing, is experiencing space. So space has locations, has direction. But this experiencing is beyond space, it's beyond direction. Left and right, up and down. That's appearing in this experiencing. See if this experiencing has a past or a future.
Mm-mm.
See if this experiencing is limited to time.
Mm.
Isn't it time that's appearing in the experiencing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's you that's experiencing time. It's you, the experiencing, that's experiencing space. See if this experiencing has a form, has a shape, has a size, or is this experiencing formless?
Formless.
Mm-hmm. And yet all forms appear in this formless experiencing. The body being a form, thoughts being a form, the world being form. So see that the mind and the body and the world actually appear in this experiencing. That this experiencing is beyond mind, body, world. And without this experiencing that is formless, present, and all inclusive, would the experience of a mind body world be possible? Could there be the appearance of the mind body world without this formless experiencing that is present? So see that the mind body world depend on this experiencing that is present. Without this formless experiencing that is present, there would be no experience of forms that are appearing. These forms are objects. And these objects are always changing. They're changing because they're moving. Change is movement. So these objects that are changing, see that these objects are changing in this formless experiencing. But see how this experiencing is not itself an object. See that this experiencing is not itself phenomenal. It's not happening. It's not moving. It's non-phenomenal. It's non-objective. The body is an object. The mind is an object. The world is an object. And those objects are appearing in you, the subject, that which is experiencing. Those objects depend on the subject. It is you, the subject, experiencing the objects. It is you, the experiencing, that's experiencing the mind-body world. The mind-body world depend on you, the experiencing. Without you, the mind-body world would not exist. It is you that is the reality of the mind-body world. You give existence to the mind-body world. The mind-body world cannot exist without you. It depends on you. But see that you are independent. You do not depend on the mind-body world. You are not touched by the mind-body world. You are not affected by the mind-body world. The mind-body world is constantly changing, but you are never changing. The mind body world is constantly appearing and disappearing, coming and going, and you are ever present. The mind body world is temporary, impermanent. And it is you that is permanent. The mind body world has a start and an end. But you do not have a start, do not have an end. The mind body world was born and will die, but you are unborn and can never die. The mind body world is a manifestation. And you are unmanifested. It is you that gives birth to the mind body world. The mind body world is made of you. You are that which is experiencing the mind body world. The mind body world is made of experiencing. There's nothing other than experiencing. And it is you that's experiencing. All there is experiencing. You have never experienced anything other than experiencing. You are the subject experiencing all objects as yourself. You are the subject experiencing yourself. You are life experiencing yourself. All there is life. The essence of life is experiencing. You are that experiencing. You are life itself. Go ahead and open up your eyes.
Sleepy, relaxed.
Yeah, you're relaxed.
Yeah, thank you. I know that's not the point, but
No, it's not the point,
it's
but there's no
it's
point.
lovely. It's really lovely.
This is the most still I've ever seen you.
I've dropped into that many times on your calls before.
Oh yeah, maybe it's off the screen,
Mhm.
but it's good.
Yeah.
Were you able to experience
Hmm.
what I'm pointing to?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you see what I'm pointing to is you.
Hmm.
What you're experiencing is yourself. So just because you open up the eyes doesn't mean the experiencing disappeared. The experiencing is what's experiencing the opening of the eyes. There's a mind, there's a body, there's a world. Appearing in experiencing, appearing in you. Made of you. There's the experiencing of the body. There's the experience of the mind. There's the experience of the world. The body sitting on the couch, call the couch the world. And there's the appearance of thoughts, this mind body world. Is being experienced by you. But what is there other than experiencing? The mind, the body, the world. What is it made out of other than experiencing? That's all it's made of, isn't it?
Hmm.
That's it. And you are the experiencing. The mind, the body, the world is made of you. It's appearing in you. So the mind body world is made of you. You are experiencing yourself. You are listening to yourself. You are talking to yourself. You see, you are no thing and everything simultaneously. As no thing, you are formless. As everything, you are all forms. You are the one reality. There's no separation. This reality is love. Love is the absence of separation. You're not separate from anything because you are everything. Complete, whole, and fulfilled. You see, you are everything you have been looking for. You are the safety, security, stability, sanity, peace, love, happiness, freedom, completeness, wholeness, fulfillment. You are what you have been seeking. You are everything that you have ever wanted. Can you see how you are effortlessly resting as yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You've been longing for this rest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just because I hit the end button doesn't mean it's the end of rest. There's no end to this rest. And this rest is ever present. So just because I hit the end button, it's not going to disappear. It's ever present. Resting as yourself. You are ever present. Did we enjoy it?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Did we enjoy
Thank you.
ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? All right. Let me hit this end button. You guys continue to enjoy the rest.
Thanks, Mitch.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Sean.